Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm reading for Taurus energy today because it's Taurus Tuesday, and I want to know, as we approach Christmas, what's got you on the naughty list and what's got you on the nice list. Where have you been naughty and where have you been nice this year? And we'll kind of see what the universe has for you. But first, as always, I think we need to get you a song. So let's just pull up the I've got an advert feeling. I bet they give us an advert. Okay, Taurus. What do we have for Taurus Tuesday, please? I was wrong. That's how psychic I am, guys. Everybody's talking. The beautiful self. Carry on up the charts. So from that I get Taurus, keep doing whatever you've been doing that works for you, right? You're the only way is up. You're doing the right thing. Everybody's talking at me. I can't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind. People stopping staring. I can't see their faces, only the shadows of their eyes. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain, going where the weather suits my clothes, backing off of the northeast wind and sailing on a summer breeze, tripping over the ocean like a stone. So what I'm getting from that Taurus is it's like you're on the path to success. You're doing something that's right for you. You're doing something where you've got a lot of eyes on you, right? So for some reason, it could just be you've been working on your health, and that is showing physically for you. It's getting you a bit more attention than usual. It could be that you've been doing something with work where you've been a little bit successful, and that's drawing attention. So I feel like you're drawing attention to yourself a little bit here, but it's kind of almost like you've got your eyes on the prize. You've got a bit of a goal in mind, or you're just really focused on what you're doing right now. So it's almost like you don't have time for all these people. It's sort of that energy of you're doing quite well for yourself and everybody wants to congratulate you, but kind of everybody wants a piece of you as well. It's like all of a sudden everybody wants to talk to you, and you're like, why didn't you want to talk to me when I had time on my hands? Because now I'm really busy. I don't have time to have these conversations. I don't think it's that you don't want to talk to people. I just think it's that you're really focused on other things, and it's almost like it's a bit of a nuisance. It's like, yeah, thank you for congratulating me, but thank you for bringing this gift round to my house, but I can't invite you in. I'm busy. It's got that kind of energy to it. All right, so my lovely Taurians, I am getting a little bit of a party feel for you as well. We are going into party season, but memories, misty watercolored memories. What else do we have for Taurus, please? Command. I mean, you're Taurus, right? You do tend to take the lead sometimes. I'm hearing commanding presence. I don't know if that's you or somebody that you're dealing with. Embrace. That's it. They're telling me that's it. Memories, command, and embrace. All right, so I'm going to get you an earth angel. So this is some kind of deity that may reflect what's going on in your life at the moment. So don't worry too much about your own personal belief system, if this fits in or if it doesn't fit in with that. It's more about where in your life is this energy showing up for you. So it could be that you've got a friend who kind of is acting in that role for you at the moment. Again, I say it's like earth angels, right? There's a guy, he's like a proper worker looking guy. He's got a high fluorescent jacket on, like a proper blokey looking guy, and he's just walked past my house with a little tiny kid's Moana umbrella. Maybe he drops his kid off at the nursery or something, I don't know, it's just funny. No judgment, right? Lord Ganesha, removal of obstacles and clear path ahead. Really nice. So the elephant tells me just keep moving. If you feel like the going's tough at the moment, just keep going in one foot in front of the other, and you're going to get there in the end, right? It may feel like a huge uphill struggle, but it's always like, it's funny, Aries had this ball rolling. It's like once you get the ball rolling in the right direction, things will get easier. So it's just the initial stages. Like with Aries, there's a bit of crossover there of it's always tough going in the beginning, and then things get a lot easier kind of as you fall into kind of a system, or as you fall into a pattern of behavior, or as you start to do things day to day, it becomes more natural. It's like second nature then. So I do think there's something where it's just the initial stages that are a little bit tough. But Ganesha is the god of that removes obstacles. So if you're worried about how you're going to get something done, I feel like the path is going to become clearer as you start to move in that direction. So let's read what this card actually says. Excuse me. Lord Ganesha is the Hindu god known as the remover of obstacles. He is known to open roads and clear blocks, allowing for more ease on life's journey. It's so funny because Aries had this thing about a road that had closed to them. It's like, oh, you can't take that road. There's a disaster ahead, right? And now you're getting the roads clearing. Ganesha can help to control the desires, habits and thoughts that may distract you from your best and highest path. Known as the patron of the arts and sciences, Aries had the scientist. Why is there such a tie-in between yours and Aries' reading? Ganesha is the deva of intellect and wisdom and the god of new beginnings. The oracle. The road ahead is clear. Move forward with focus and courage. Embody the energy of Lord Ganesha by visualizing all the roads ahead being open to you. Realizing that most of your blocks are self-created and this means they can be self-cleared. That's an interesting one. Believing in yourself. Taking steps towards your dreams, even if you can't see the whole path ahead. So if you're cross-watching for Taurus energy, or you're just not aware of this being a feature of Taurus energy, Taurus is the sign that is it's the most stubborn and it's the most likely to think in the long term. So really having a bit of a map, or really thinking of investing in something over a long period of time. So doing things step by step, right? Making slow and steady progress, like an elephant walking, right? It's like very sure-footed. It doesn't move particularly quickly, but it's like one step in front of the other. That is very, very Taurus energy. It's interesting that elephants are known as bulls and Taurus is the sign of the bull. So yeah, it's a feature of Taurus energy and it's something that's really going to work for you right now. So don't be scared of something that's like a long-term plan or a long-term goal at the moment. In the last set of readings, I had this thing about an analogy of a doctor, right? A doctor goes to medical school for a long time, like 5 years, 7 years, depending on what you're actually studying. But it's a long-term investment and it really pays off. So that's an example of what Taurus energy can teach us, right? Not looking for kind of the instant gratification or the instant results in a very Aries-like way. Not to say there's anything wrong with Aries. There's a time and a place, right? If we want to flip that into, again, this glass half full, glass half empty energy that seems to be playing out between you two as signs. Aries being very impulsive, very spontaneous, very happy-go-lucky, willing to cut and run. That's actually quite entrepreneurial. You know, a lot of it, like inventors and people who you know, kind of come out with something that's kind of brilliant, but maybe they just come out with that one brilliant thing. You know, that's a feature of Aries, where you're much more I'm going to plan for the future. Slow and steady wins the race. I don't want to veer off course. So where Aries was really in the process of struggling to kind of like change direction, you're much more like firm and like, this is the course that I've chosen. We're going to make it work. So there's a big difference there between your approach and Aries' approach to these two situations, or this one situation. I kind of get like Aries and Taurus are kind of involved in the same situation in some sort of way. Aries, Taurus, you're kind of showing it as the big heavy boulder, like no offense, but like an elephant, right? An elephant's big and heavy, you know, it's, you know, can you imagine trying to push an elephant onto a different path? That's what Aries was kind of dealing with. Where I feel like you're more in the energy of like, this is the chosen path. We're going to make it work. Like, don't worry about those problems up ahead. You know, we'll deal with it. We'll cross that bridge as we come to it. So there's this butting heads energy between you and Aries at the moment. And they're telling me center of the reading. So there we go. Okay. Aries had that as their underlying. Yeah, you're picking up sticks. You're gathering the moss. But you're approaching the point that Aries has already been at, which is interesting. Much more thinking about your commitments, your contracts, your commitments, what's been promised, what's off the table here. Same position as Aries, the Six of Swords in the same position. There is movement forwards. There are calmer waters coming up ahead. Okay, that's too many. Oh, these cards are going everywhere. It really is this like cards off the table thing. There you are. That's you. King of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles there as well. The Knight becomes the King, of course. The Knight is the one doing the slow, steady steps that bring success. Eventual success. I'm hearing. So, you are facing some sort of unknown. The moon there in the center of the reading. There are some fears. I feel like it's almost like it's like you're in the same boat as Aries, but you're handling the situation very differently. Aries is like almost like completely redirecting, where you're sort of saying, look, we're contracted here, we've made an agreement, we've made, you know, we said we'd be here for a certain amount of time, so, you know, we're gonna work to the end of the contract. Definitely picking up some of that stubbornness with the Nine of Wands there in your current action space. And then this Seven of Wands into the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Wands as well. There's a lot of burdens, there's a lot of responsibilities here that you're taking very, very seriously. Like where Aries was almost ready to throw everything up in the air and completely change direction and kind of like... it's almost like I say, Aries had this kind of like cut and run attitude of like, let's just scrap it. Let's scrap everything we've done so far and go and do this new thing. Where you're like, we can't just scrap it. It's almost like you're coming in with this kind of like dad energy of, we can't just scrap it. We can't just, you know, we've made a promise, we've made a commitment, we've got responsibilities. We need to do this the correct way. We need to do this with honor. Something like this. So emotionally feeling like you want to take the high ground, like you want to get the upper hand, you want to being a little bit defensive as well, emotionally defensive, which is bringing you into your current energy, which is feeling like you've got a huge amount of responsibilities, but also feeling like you've nearly completed this, you've nearly done it. It's almost like where Aries was looking at that path ahead and seeing a big tower moment and being like, whoa, we can't keep going in this direction, I'm out of here. You're actually saying, you're carrying all the burdens of the situation, like you're picking up the pieces that Aries has dropped, and you've kind of got your eyes on the prize at the end of the road, and you're saying, but we're almost there, we've almost completed this, because you're literally looking at the card of completion. It's like, we're almost home, we're almost there, you know, I know that we're tired, I know that we're drained, but we've almost completed this project, this cycle, this thing that we're doing. So emotionally, you've got this very tired, very drained, very burdened energy. It's like you are the elephant, right? You're carrying all the bags. You've got everything stacked up on your back. You've got all this weight on your shoulders. You're plodding on. But it's like, you know, it's like you just know, especially with the High Priestess, it's like, I know that I'm nearly there. I know that I'm nearly home. I know that I can put these, like, just 10 steps further. It's like literally she just has to cross that road and then she's home. Like 10 steps further and I can put all these bags down, right? All this baggage, all these burdens, all these responsibilities. I can like put them down like properly, right? And I want to say, with you ending in the King of Pentacles in your action space, I want to say that you're absolutely right. Taurus, this is right for you. Because this is what you're built for. This is what you're made for. I wonder if Aries is having regrets for quitting and running too quickly. Because as I say, this slow, steady process. Look at that. Double Virgo there as well. You may have Virgo in your chart or be dealing with a Virgo. This slow, steady process, this like being patient, planting seeds, tending the crops, waiting for it to grow, waiting for your investments to mature, playing the long game is going to pay off. You're going to be sat in King of Pentacles energy, which is like super comfortable. Like the King of Pentacles could be like a CEO. It's kind of like father, boss, husband, very comfortable, very secure, like financially stable, like you've got everything that you need, right? You might not be rich, but you're comfortable. You know, if anyone's going to be rich in the tarot, it's going to be the King of Pentacles. And I was saying in the last set of readings, I was getting this energy of a roller coaster, of like doing the hard work, right, step by step. You know how a roller coaster kind of goes clunk, 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 clunk to the top, and then it like pauses and then it goes fast. It was coming through this energy of like working hard and then being able to enjoy yourself, right? Or this analogy that keeps coming through of like a doctor who's trained for 5 years, 7 years, and then it's like they have a comfortable life. So the Nine of Wands here is like the grind. This is like, and this is in your tangible reality. It's like persevering with something, sticking it out until the finish line, sticking it out until the end, persevering because you know everybody else is going to drop off, right? So it's kind of like, if you think of it as like a race, say it's like a marathon, right? Or I don't know how long a marathon is it 10 miles? So say it's like 10 miles. So say 100 people start that race, right? And maybe you're not the fastest runner. Maybe Aries is next to you and they're all limbering up and they're like really ready for it. They're really enthusiastic. It's like the hare and the tortoise, right? So it's like the race starts, everybody's like off. You know, one person sprains their ankle right away, there's 99 people. It's they're showing me Squid Games as well. And then it's like, you know, halfway through the race, maybe half the people have dropped out, half the people, you know, a lot of people have fallen behind you, some people have just given up. Aries is like off at the side of the road panting, and you like jog past them, you're comfortable, right? And it's like, you know, 8 miles, 9 miles in, maybe there's only like 20 of you still in the race. Maybe a lot of people have given up or, you know, gone for a pint in the pub. And at the finish line, maybe there's 5 of you that finish. So it is this slow and steady wins the race energy. Slow and steady, one foot in front of the other, eyes on the prize, the finish line's in sight, keep going. And that's what's going to bring you into this winning energy, because you've got the perseverance where most people give up. Like Nine of Wands in reverse would be someone giving up, and you're not giving up. You're not giving up. You know that you're nearly there. So I almost want to say, maybe Aries is wrong, and maybe that's why Aries was disappointed. But I don't like saying that, because I want to say that this is right for you. Persevering, carrying the burdens is right for you because you're the elephant, right? You're the bull. Aries was right to cut and run, because that is not Aries' nature to be like this, right? So it could be that you are a father figure or a mother figure, because they had that in their reading as well, Aries, where it's like maybe you're saying, maybe you don't understand somebody else, maybe you don't understand why this person dropped out, you know, and you're saying, look, like this is the tried and tested method, this is the method that works, why aren't you doing what I'm doing? You know, just persevere, just, you know, keep going, and you're gonna get to this comfortable position that I am in. Where Aries is like, no, I'm out here, and then really regretting it and being quite stressed about it. But I want to say again, like, because that doesn't suit that energy, it suits you. It's right for you, but it's not right for them. And maybe that's a lesson for you to understand. Moving forward, moving to calmer waters, it's like life is good. Like it could be like retirement or something, or you know, completion of a project, you get the payoff, and it's like life is good. You know, maybe it's like you're decorating a house, doing up a house, you know, flipping it for profit, you sell it, you enjoy the profits. That it's got that kind of energy to it. But you've got that moon right in the center of the reading, which is like not being able to see the path ahead, not quite knowing how you're going to cross that last road. So I do get the same, I really feel like it's almost like an Aries and a Taurus are in business together. Like Aries are trying to push you onto a different path, but you're going, look here, I can see the finish line. And it's like, yeah, I know, right? I know there's a big problem up ahead, but we'll figure it out, we'll solve it. And I feel like, you know, with that High Priestess card there as well, it's like you either you do go to tarot card readings. It's like something like me, you know, like you've had advice for someone who's quite spiritual, maybe a tarot card reader, maybe a psychic that you're relying on. It could be that you have strong Scorpio in your chart, and you know you are a little bit psychic yourself, right? You've got that deep intuition, that deep inner knowing that what you're doing is right for you. Like trusting the unknown. High Priestess and the moon, that's trusting the unknown, using your intuition to guide you. Two of Cups there on the underlying could be for somebody. Yeah, so it's almost like you're going into the unknown, trusting your own momentum to carry you through the night. What's the High Priestess? Justice and the Three of Wands. And you've got Justice here as well. So what's Justice? What's Justice in that case? What is Justice, please? Three of Cups. Yeah, you've got commitments here with other people. There's other people involved. Again, it could be like some sort of contract. It could be karmic contracts with your soul group. Having a high sense of honor. I'm hearing honor among thieves, which is interesting because Aries had the thief card here. Honor among thieves. Sticking it out. Waiting for the right time to move, waiting for this contract to end, waiting for your ships to come in. If this is some kind of long-term investment, like, you know, you get you know, they do this with banks sometimes where it's like, okay, I'm going to invest £100 a week into my bank account for the next 5 years, and if I do that, like, the bank gives me doubles whatever I've saved, right? It's like sometimes the banks have these kind of like incentives. It's like, if you meet these terms and conditions, we're going to give you this big lump sum payout. So it's like waiting for the lump sum payout because you've got yourself into some kind of contract. It doesn't have to be financial as well, right? It can be a return on emotional investments with friends. I should say you've got Libra, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. For me, this is Sagittarius, but you've got like what, Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, Leo. What's that? I want to say that's Virgo and Aquarius, is it? I don't know. I'm not very good with the signs still. But for me, the world card is Sagittarius energy. Your energy here, Taurus. What's the moon? Queen of Cups. Yeah, Cancerian energy. You could be dealing with somebody who's, I mean, the High Priestess and Queen of Cups and the moon, there's a lot of intuition here. This is kind of like psychic power stuff. Like very emotionally intuitive. This is somebody who just knows, right? They maybe can't explain why they know, they just know. Deep emotions, very feminine. Doesn't mean it has to be a woman, but it's like that female intuition that people talk about, right? Emotional intelligence. But there is some kind of unknown or some kind of fear here that I feel like you're pushing through. It's like you're persevering through the unknown based on some kind of inner knowing. And I want to say, I don't know if this is someone around you or it's your own energy. I don't feel like I have to clarify much else. Let's clarify the King of Pentacles. Yeah, wish fulfillment. You know what you need to do here. You really do. Instinctively, you know what you have to do. And there is some kind of problem coming up for you. You know you're facing like an obstacle. It's like there's a big boulder in the road. But you know that if you chip away at that boulder over time, it's going to be removed. It's like, I feel like you've got the persistence to remove an obstacle where Aries didn't. Aries just saw the big problem in the road. They just saw the big boulder in the road and they were like, we have to go in a different direction. But you're like, we can move that boulder, right? It's a problem, but it's not. Aries was seeing it as a tower moment, and I don't think you're seeing it as a tower moment. I think you're seeing it as something to persist through. And it could be a tower moment, but you're like, it doesn't matter, right? Eyes on the prize. It doesn't matter what all this chaos is. Like, you know, we're going to push through that tower moment. We're going to get to the other side of this. You've both got the Six of Swords, so you're both pushing through. Look at you. Like, this is, I want to say, you, like, moving, yeah, taking control, being in that Emperor energy. Or this is that Aries that's involved. Because the Emperor is Aries, Taurus. It could be that somebody's on the cusp, right? It could be somebody's Aries, Taurus cusp. The Aries part of yourself is like, whoa, we need to get out of this situation. And the Taurus part of yourself is like, no, we need to persevere with this. My intuition, talking about this intuition, based on the two readings, is that it's like you're right to persevere. It's almost like, I don't know if there's some kind of scare tactic, like scaring Aries off, right? Because you're going to have more money at the end of this. It's almost like, say there's two people investing and one of them quits, then you're going to get the full investment. But Aries had turned misfortune into fortune. I don't know how this is playing out for you both. Okay, advice please for Taurus. Advice please for Taurus. I don't know why I'm really drawn to her trainers. I had this thing about somebody collecting trainers as well. Maybe somebody does something with like fashion. Like maybe you own a shop with somebody or something. And again, like fashion can be a long-term investment. That kind of came out in the last set of readings. Do you have any advice for Taurus? Last chance. No, I think you're good. Taurus, I think you're good. I think you've got this. Don't doubt your worth. I am always enough. But yeah, and you seem to know where you're going. It seems to be heading to something really, really good. All right. I'm going to go back and record a little add-on to Aries' reading to watch your reading before they make any major decisions, just because I'm not playing favourites here. Yeah, take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Best of luck with that, Taurus. You look like you've got it. You look like you know what you're doing. You don't really need my help, right? Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.